Hey everyone, this is PrinceBrightstar and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood. So the standard version of the Omega Raid has dropped today, and we're going to check that out. It is called the Deltascape, and we are here with Biggs and Wedge. They have the quest to get this started here, so let's go ahead and talk to Wedge. Prince, thank the gods you're here. We need your help. In case you haven't heard, we've set up operations in Rhalgr's Reach while we look for Omega. It's been decidedly slow going, I'm sorry to say, and we still haven't seen the blasted thing since it disappeared during the battle with Shinryu. Which is not to say we haven't made any progress. We know now that Shinryu ended up in the Imperial's hands, and that it was shackled with some very distinctive-looking bindings when they found it. Obviously, only you know what could have done something like that. And the fact that the restraints were still functioning suggests it didn't shut down when the chief instructed it to either. Anyway, we were getting close to identifying Omega's whereabouts when we encountered what you might call a problem. Mayhap it would be best if you came to the workshop and saw for yourself. Alright, so let us head over to said workshop. Surprised? Aye, so were we. He's been brought in as a consultant, believe it or not. How many times do I have to tell you, you will play no part in this investigation? Your motives were dubious from the first, and nothing you have done since has served to make them any clearer. Out of necessity, I agreed to take part in Omega's activation, but that will be the extent of our cooperation. Passing judgment without due consideration, openly disparaging colleagues, not very chiefly of you, Chief. I'll have you know I'm a sensitive new recruit who thrives on encouragement. And I trust you'll thrive elsewhere when I encourage you to piss off. I will not have him on our roster, Jesse. Never mind anywhere near our work. His employment is to be terminated, effective immediately. The thing is, Chief, we've already paid him in full, and it wasn't exactly a pittance either. 4/5 what you get was the agreement. Look, whatever disagreements you might have had in the past, the fact is, we could do with his expertise now. Let him earn his keep, at the very least. I don't believe this. You claim my wholly justified ventures represent an unsustainable risk to the Ironworks, and then pay him a sultan's ransom in advance. Him! Give me strength. This has been the way of it for a while now, on account of which we've had to put the investigation on hold. Let's investigate by ourselves. As much as I admire your enthusiasm, hero, you will not get very far without some brains to complement your admirable brawn. Happily, I am blessed with a surfeit of the former. From this moment forth, you shall be my chaperone. With the realm's savior watching my every move, I couldn't possibly make any mischief, which should surely serve to allay my employer's concerns. Forgive me, Prince. It was not my intent to embroil you in this mess. I didn't even know you were here. Seeing as you are, though, I cannot deny that I would be glad to have you on board. The fact is, we are no closer to understanding the true extent of Omega's powers. And even then, if it was damaged during its encounter with Shinryu, It seems highly doubtful that we will be able to disable it unaided. We have got as far as identifying its likely resting place, but I for one would feel a lot more confident about surveying the area with you around to deal with any unexpected surprises. Might I persuade you to lend us a hand once more, old friend? Who, me? Of course. Then it is settled. Chief, we have a problem. The etheric concentration levels at the Yon are soaring. Our readings doubled from one moment to the next, and by the time we went to check them, they doubled again. What? But that could only mean... Evacuate the site. I shall handle this matter personally. Biggs, Wedge, Prince, I need you with me at the Yon, to the south of here. That's where we believe Omega came to rest. Jesse, hold the fort while I'm gone, and if possible, continue surveillance from its safe distance. Alright, Chief. Watch yourself out there. Am I to stay and mind the shop too? Oh no, I'm not letting you out of my sight. But before you fill the room with maniacal laughter, I want you to remember something. You were collected when you collected your inexplicably lavish fee. The Ironworks Creed became your creed. That's freedom through technology, in case you've forgotten. Not supremacy through Allegan ingenuity. Breach this contract and I will have my pawns of flesh. Alright, so we need to head to the south. That is going to take us out of Rhalgr's reach. So let us head for the Peering Stones. And now our destination is going to be even further to the south here. Now, I'm going into this completely blind. I have no idea what to expect from this, but as we can see, there is quite the crowd gathered here. Where's the... There's Sid, okay. Looks like a pool of water down there or something. What in the seven hells is going on here? A veritable sea of condensed aether. Our precious has been busy. What villainy is this? Edgar Sommer, what are you doing here? In slumber sweet have I lain since mine offspring's war with man did end, yet I could not choose but stir at this abhorrent stench. Have care, mortal, for within this great hollow lieth Omega. Long have we known one another, our history spanneth eons and stars. God, what's happening? Is that Boko? Careful! Chief, get out of there! Eh? You're not dead? Apparently not. It passed straight through me, as if it was some sort of illusion. "'Tis one of Omega's creations. Omega is a weapon wrought in a place beyond the reach of thy kind, capable of weaving aether into life. That serpent is yet unfinished, but doubt not that it will become a corporeal threat ere long." Well, whatever it is, it's gone. While this peculiar thing remains. I know this Chocobo. I know him from the Chocobo's Dungeon series. If it looks like a Chocobo and quests like a Chocobo, I'm thinking it's probably a Chocobo? Alright. Let's see what's next here. Speak with the Chocobo. Oh, it's right here. Quick? The way it quests is unlike a Chocobo, but it looks more like a stuffed doll to me. It's definitely a Chocobo, trust me on this. The ones we Lalafels ride are all about this size, aren't they? I suppose. Alright, let's go with Chocobo for now. Thy mistress's blessing extendeth not unto this creature's soul, then? Very well. As this matter concerneth Omega, I shall speak with it in thy stead. Prince, aren't you going to introduce us to your knowledgeable little dragon friend? What? Midgard Sormer, who fought and fell at the Battle of Silvertear Skies? And here I was content to be traveling in the company of just one legend. Without wishing to offend you, hero, the Father of Dragons does have something you do not, that being relevant knowledge. There is much we could learn from him. Little and less is known about Omega's origin. It first appeared in records dating back to the Third Astral Era, before the Allegan Empire reached its zenith, and said records had but the one thing to say: Omega activation successful. In the centuries that followed, the Allegans enjoyed rapid technological development, but there was nary a further mention of Omega until its capture of Bahamut. Its existence is a mystery among mysteries, a tale among tales. 'Twas always assumed that the Allegans built it, and I had no reason to believe otherwise. But now Midgard Sormer tells us that it's not even of our world. Just so, it haileth from another star. More than that I will not say. I have spoken with this being. It telleth of a strange plain beyond this hollow, wherein it did reside from the moment of its creation. For reasons unknown, it was ordered to fight, yet being weak, it chose flight instead, and thus crossed over unto this world. Ordered to fight? By Omega? Why in the seven hells would it do that? To put its creation to the proof. If you would know more, go forth and look upon the truth with your own eyes. Wait, you're saying we should jump in? You have naught to fear from the fall. The hollow hath become a portal into Omega's domain. Once there, this being shall guide you. Servant of Hydaelyn, fate bindeth me to Omega. If it be thine intent to pursue it, I shall lend thee my strength. So you, really can show us around inside the hole, can you? Quick, quick! Alright, let us speak to Sid. Well, I doubt any of us imagined things would come to this. But the Father of Dragons has given his assurance. Let us take our investigation into the yawn. Alright. I have already apprised Jessie of our intent and instructed her to have our engineers on standby. Since we have no way of knowing what awaits us in there, I need you to be ready for anything. Are you? Alright, so duty calls, and our gear is all set to go. Let us proceed. Let us begin. What is this place? And what's wrong with us? I can see straight through me. Welcome home, Alpha. Welcome, mortals. I am Omega, and I have awaited your coming. I communicate with you now via one of my monitors. You stand in the rift between dimensions, where a vital experiment is presently in progress. Your participation is appreciated. Please indicate your consent. Experiment? If you want our participation, you'll have to tell us a little more than that. Ah, we're disappearing. Non-participating entities will be summarily erased. Please indicate your consent. It seems we can't even exist here without Omega's leave. I think it's fairly clear what we have to do, don't you? Let's see what the little guy has to say. Chocobo, what should we do? Thank you for your cooperation. You are provisionally assigned to the Alpha Group. Oh, I'm hearing Final Fantasy V music here! Looks like some manner of tower, or egg. The aim of the experiment is to determine the mightiest being in creation. To that end, 89 candidates have been selected and recreated. They are grouped by dimension, matched by strength, and pitted against one another. That which you identify as a Chocobo is Subject Alpha, and you have been assigned to its group. This assignation is tentative, however, pending an assessment of your fitness to serve as fully fledged test subjects. Your combat capabilities will be evaluated shortly. Combat capabilities? You mean you want us to fight? Affirmative. A course shall be constructed for this purpose, through which you must attempt to fight your way. Your suitability will be confirmed upon reaching the Deltascape test world beyond. Please note, however, that only entities with existential authorization may interact with objects in the rift. Of your number, only Alpha has this at present. Before you may engage in combat, said authorization must be temporarily transferred to you. Ha! An invitation from Omega itself. Not even I could have foreseen this. We are accepting it, of course. It's preferable to summary erasure, as I'm sure you'll agree. Alpha, was it? My colleagues and I are minded to participate in Omega's experiment. Will you transfer your authorization to us? Existential authorization transferred. Subjects ready to engage. Please begin at your own convenience and proceed as directed. Alright, duty commenced. The question is, where do we go? Oh, even Biggs is saying that. Alright, here we go then. Alright, so it looks like we have to take on one of the monitors here. And I guess let's just attack. Oh wait, am I not supposed to attack it here? Alright, so... Alright, there's a barrier. You drop this thing on the ground. Oh, barriers are my specialty. I'll have this down before you know it. This is my kind of battle. Chief, something's happening with the cube. Oh, so it changes into a life form, and a hostile one at that. We'll see to the creature. Wedge, keep at the barrier. Biggs, watch his back. Alright, let's try this again. And another cube just dropped down. Ha! Alright, so... Here we go. Let's get our dots up. And now back over to Holy Spirit. Almost done. There we go. Alright, so I guess we need to hop inside this thing. Alright, what do we got this time? This looks like some fans from, one of the Heavens Ward areas. I get the feeling these are gonna try to blow me around. Oh, nope, actually I can just attack them. Alright, more of them popping up. Don't seem to be stopping. Is it possible to attack this thing? Nope. Alright, that monitor's down, so that should stop the boxes from coming down then. Fortunately, I'm working on fumes right now here. Let's try to Holy Spirit some of these guys. There we go. On to the next area. Alright, we got 2 groups here, it looks like. And we got 2 monitors to take out as well. Alright, that's 1, that's 2. Alright, looks like we got something big. A King Behemoth. Good news is all of his attacks appear to be fairly easily avoided. Alright, 1 monitor down. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves up. We gotta finish this guy right now. There we go. If we had not taken him out just then, he would have summoned the meteor down. That probably would have wiped us. Alright, duty complete. Hey, Ive. Thanks for popping in. That's our goal, the Deltascape, if I'm not mistaken. What do you think is waiting for us in there? Omega said that it's grouped subjects by dimension. If the creatures we fought on the way were merely intended to separate the wheat from the chaff, it would seem certain that far greater challenges await inside these egg-like objects. Our fellow test subjects most like... But I am not certain what to make of that castle. Could it somehow be connected to the subjects? That castle actually looks a little bit familiar. I'm starting to get the feeling that this is going to have a bit more to do with the interdimensional rift from Final Fantasy V than we originally realized. Alpha, But hold on a moment. Shouldn't either one or the other of us be translucent? Subjects confirmed to have arrived at the Deltascape. Analysis complete. Congratulations. You are approved for participation. Your strength places you in the self-same tier as Alpha, the feeblest and farthest removed from myself. Nonetheless, you are now fully fledged test subjects. Welcome, weakest of challengers. As corporeal life forms, you need not undergo development within a test world. Instead, you may use this space freely. Not quite what I would have chosen, but one must make do. Speaking of which, what is it that we were supposed to do exactly? You are to enter the Deltascape and defeat all test subjects within. Please note, however, that strength in numbers will not be acknowledged. There is a strict limit on how many entities may participate in combat. Only a small party may have existential authorization transferred from Alpha. Good luck. So the eggs do contain our fellow test subjects, just as I predicted, eh, Garland? Before we turn our thoughts to the Deltascape, I suggest we set up a base of operations here. And wow, the whole area is packed here. Okay. Alright, so let's see. We need to meet up with Sid. Here he is. It's somewhat cobbled together, but this should suffice as a base of operations. Take heart, old friend. Though every step we take seems to raise more questions, we will wade through this mire of mysteries eventually. Of that I have no doubt. Right then, what to do next? We know that Omega is conducting tests to determine the strongest being, but we do not know its ultimate purpose, nor even its exact whereabouts. Plainly, however, it is within Omega's power to curtail our stays here whensoever it chooses. Accordingly, we will have little choice but to proceed as bidden and defeat the test subjects waiting in the Deltascape. Well, Alpha certainly seems keen, though it might be best if you left the fighting to others, little one. Honestly, if this is the same chocobo that I'm thinking of, it can actually hold its own fairly well. That is, of course, assuming others are willing. What say you, old friend? This promises to be a most entertaining foray, and I would not dream of missing any part of it. You may rely on me to provide you with remote support. With commendable foresight, I took the liberty of borrowing the various monitors that were lying around, and shall extract all the information I can from them. Quick, quick! 'Tis a pity none of us speaks Chocobo. As I recall, though, we are supposed to have Alpha transfer his authorization to us prior to engaging in combat. In which case, Prince, you'll need him to accompany you into the Deltascape. See to your preparations and proceed whenever you are ready. Alright, let us speak to... Alright, his name may be Alpha, but I'm gonna call him Boko. Quick, quick! Alpha appears eager to proceed. You may enter Deltascape V1.0 whenever you are ready. Alright. So, let us go over to the entrance here. Let's see. Over to Shield Oath. And I think... Why not? I'll go ahead and have an omelet as well. Alright, let's get this going. Alright, looks like there's a little bit of a wait here. Is there anybody that we can talk to in the meantime? I was thinking about asking the crew to throw some supplies in after us, but only the gods know if they'd make it here in one piece. I can bet they wouldn't be the right way if they did, though. Phew! All that jumping and fading and fighting really took it out of me. What I need now is a steaming hot cup of tea, and nothing makes a better brew than the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boilmaster. Coming soon to a Garland Ironworks approved vendor near you. Sorry, Jesse made me do it. Alright, and Sid. If I can highlight him. At this point, we're doing little more than fumbling in the dark. Take care in there, you hear? Well then, let the Inquisition begin. Alright, anything else in here? Oh, there we go. Let's hop on in. Prince, do you hear me? Your opponent is called Alteroid. No idea what the name means, but good luck. Alright, and that is the Final Fantasy V boss music we're hearing here. Alright, let's give a countdown and let's get this going. Let's see how this goes. Seems to be dropping something on the ground there. Some kind of fire. Okay, gotta watch our positions on that one. I'm gonna pull him over to here. This looks like a dive bomb. Oh no, that pushes us. So I'm going to try to keep him in the center of the platform then. thing I'm noticing immediately. This guy has a ton of health for some reason. Alright, separate. Oh, that's not good. I'm trying to get back over there. Alright, so he also turns the floor to ice there. Alright, the classical elements. So are we talking fire, lightning, and ice? Alright, and he's doing a downburst apparently. Fairly complicated maneuver, but that seems to at least make some sense there. But I do believe holding him in the middle of the platform is the best way to at least make sure everybody gets separated. I'm not going to push all the way on my DPS unless we happen to hit some kind of a an enrage. Okay, those are gonna go off first. Alright, in the middle, in the middle. There we go. Alright, now he's doing roar. Bring him back to here. Since this is my first time fighting this guy, I want to try to focus on survivability over anything else. Whoa! Heal through. Alright, the classical elements again. So, fire, ice, and lightning. Right, this is going to go off first, actually. The ice I can't... There we go. Alright, I gotta drag him back to the middle. Just try to help out the healers a little bit here. Middle, and now wait for those, and now separate. This guy just has a ton of health. Alright, the mill's gonna go off first. Alright, and then he's gonna do his blow attack there, which is then gonna push those fireballs over here, get to the middle. Alright, so I think we've seen the fight at this point. It's just a matter of just repeating until we have them down. That Charbitus attack is the one that's causing everybody to go low on HP. Yeah, that didn't do much for his health at all. That was like only 3% for the limit break. Oh, let me get out of here. Okay, fire on the outside, then the middle's gonna go. Alright, now for the middle. Okay. To the middle. Up. Okay. I got one more round of this stuff to go. Alright, wait for the breath wing. Now get to the middle. Let's try to precast here on the... Nope, I was too early. I'm calling for another limit break here. Finish this guy off. I'm also going to use Holy Spirit at this point as well. And down it goes! First try! Alright, so let's see what we got here. Let's give our commendation over to the healer. Bolt pedal. Let's see. This is probably going to give me a belt. Okay, didn't get that. Let's try a bolt. I'm just trying to see if maybe I want to grab the pedal if I don't get that. Okay. Give me one moment. Let's see. Pedal would be for boots. Okay, yeah. Nope, we didn't get anything. Alright, I'll have to come back into here then. Later on. Alright, let us speak to Sid. Well done, my friend. We were lucky enough to witness every moment of your struggle via the Deltascape's various surveillance devices. I dare say we had a better view than you did. Gaining control over them was the extent of our accomplishments for this outing, though I suppose we did also learn your adversary's name. Rest assured, however, that there will be plenty more such outings. Preliminary analysis suggests that there are 4 combatants in the Deltascape all told, including your friend Halteroid, which means you will be required to win 3 further bouts, with deltas 2 to 4, in this test world alone. Needless to say, there are plenty more such worlds in the Rift, holding the remaining 85 subjects between them. Plainly, our host has gone to no small amount of trouble. Quite why it is so obsessed with determining the strongest being is another question. Omega seeketh to improve itself, to evolve. This was ever its primary directive, though through contending with mighty foes it groweth stronger. Having vanquished the vile simulacrum you call Shinryu, a greater adversary was needed. In the absence of such a being, it had but to create one. So in the name of self-improvement, it wants to make a new playmate, and it chose to undertake the task here to avoid outside interference, yes? In part. The making of life is not Omega's primary function. It bringeth complex beings into corporeal realm only at great cost to itself. As such, it employeth this plane to test unfinished works, that it might determine a single entity worthy of creation. If I understand you correctly, the moment Omega's grand experiment is complete, it will give birth to a creature mightier than even Shinryu, and then proceed to fight it. Gods help us all if a battle of that scale should come to pass. The powers unleashed would be enough to bring about another calamity. Assuming the dragon has the right of it, all test subjects must needs be works in progress. Save for ourselves, of course. But how then do we explain Alpha? As I recall, it manifested corporeally outside the rift. And again, it is hardly the most complex of creatures. Mayhap it was finished by accident. Don't you make fun of Alpha. He's a good boy, and if it hadn't been for him, he would have all been erased. He might not be strong, but he's brave, and he's reliable, and adorable. Changing the subject for a moment, Chief. After you lost track of Omega, you said you re-engaged its stasis systems, right? Meaning somewhere, something isn't working like it should be. I only ask because me and Wedge have done pretty much all we can here, and we're wondering if it might be worth going to Cardano to look into it. That would be a great help. Nero and I can handle things at this end. We'll be off then. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, eh? And you be a good boy, Alpha. Do as you're told, and look after Prince for me. We must pray that Biggs and Wedge are able to repair the stasis system. If they can't, we will have little choice but to see Omega's experiment all the way to its bitter conclusion. A tall order, I concede, and one that would require you to prove yourself the mightiest being in creation. Well, we must hope for the best and plan for the worst, which in this case means pressing on with the tests. Are you ready for the next foray? One moment, Chief. My analysis is yet incomplete, but it would seem Subject Delta 2 is capable of manipulating gravity. How fortunate, then, that I but recently chanced to assemble something which might mitigate its effects. A Magitech Levitator. May it serve you well. Alright. So, next we need to speak to Boko over here. Quick, whack! Boko appears to be eager to proceed. You may enter Deltascape V2.0 whenever you're ready. Alright, so, for anybody that is going into this and has not done this yet, and I think this is probably how we're going to have to handle this here. We would need to, you would want to go into your key bindings and go down to hotbar, scroll all the way to the bottom. Duty actions. This is probably how we're going to handle this here, but duty action is basically that new button that shows up over here. You can bind that to a single key, and you'll be able to hit that whenever you need to, rather than trying to hunt around with your mouse to try to grab it. Anyway, let's give this one a try. Version 2.0. And we've got another wait here. Let's see what's... Oh, nope, here we go. Come on, healer, wake up. Apparently not. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, here we go. Ah, there it is. Catastrophe. A fitting name for the havoc it will doubtless wreak. Have fun now. And it looks like we lost a healer here. Nope, they are back. Okay. Alright, and it looks like everybody's already using their thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and use mine as well. Alright, so let's do a countdown here. Alright, yep, it does a bunch of ground attacks there. So until I have a reason otherwise, I'm going to try to stay in the air when I can. 100 Gs. And that puts us on the ground. Let's go ahead and hop back up again. Looks like I made the right call there. Alright. Oh, we gotta go into the air and stack apparently. What is this? Got these tentacles out. I don't. Do we have to head for the, Yeah, that's what we gotta do. Okay. And in fact, we gotta stay over here because that one's about to go off again. What is this? Demon Eye. I'm hoping we'll be able to avoid that. Yes, we can. Okay, good. Alright, so Evil Sphere appears to be some kind of a tank buster. Okay, these are up in the air as well. Alright, let's... I appear to be petrified. Alright, we're back. Alright, so this is going to be the same thing as last time, probably. So let's see which one. Over there. So... Okay, we got a safe spot on this one that we'll be able to avoid both of them. I wonder if there's another safe spot on the other side. Okay, what's this? Trying to help out the healers a little. Evil Sphere, that was a tank buster. Jeez, that's gonna drag me down. Okay, those are up in the air, so we actually want to stay down for this one. Alright, now get into the air. He's doing his probes again, so I'm going to drag him to the middle so we can see which way we need to go. This one here. Alright, yeah, so it seems like this fight just has a bunch of situational awareness involved on it. As long as you're paying attention, you'll be okay. Alright, Earthquake. Gotta get up for that one. To the center? I'm not sure on this one. Oh, he's doing Demon Eye. Yeah, I honestly didn't see any place for me to go with that one. It's all up in the air, so stay down. Definitely don't want to get sucked inside that thing. He's bringing out the tentacles again. Over there. %. 1%. And down it goes. First try. Alright, what do we have this time? Let's see. Lens is for head, bolt. That's accessory. Pedals for boots. Let's go with pedal. Nope, didn't get that. Let's try for lens then. Okay. So we're gonna pass on these two because we can only get one per instance per week. Alright, so now I just need to remember to go for the head. So I can at least get something today. Alright, let's speak to Sid. Or Nero. A rousing performance made possible by my Magitech Levitator. Lest you wonder, you are not supposed to be able to descend of your own volition. The device worked quite as intended. It just wasn't intended for use on living... well, let's just say it wasn't exactly its intended use. At any rate, that's another mighty foe laid low, and may I say that I had every faith you would succeed. Alright, on to the next one. It would seem a shame to squander the momentum we have generated, and you are fighting fit. Oh, actually, let's talk to Sid. I doubt we'll be hearing from Biggs and Wedge for a while yet. Shall we push on here in the meantime? Reliable as ever. Without further ado, then, let us move things along. According to the analysis, your next opponent, Delta 3, is a being named Halicarnassus. Halicarnassus, you say? The Queen of Dimension Castle? What's this? You know of her? You mean you don't? Well, I suppose a blue-blooded brat such as you would have no interest in humble folk tales. It appears a lesson is in order. Halicarnassus is a character from an ancient fable. In the tale, she is one of the chief antagonists, and as such things are wont to unfold. She meets her end at the hands of the heroes. Incurably valiant youths, not unlike our adventurer friend here. Literary historians have speculated that the tale could be loosely based on events which took place in the Fourth Astral Era, but little remains of that age, and there is no way to verify the claim. Indeed, most now assume the story to be a work of pure fiction. You mean to tell me that Omega is populating its grand experiment with fictional characters? Twould seem your understanding is yet lacking. Scant grasp have I of that which men know and know not. Mark me then, Omega hath no soul, no mind's eye in which to envision a rival. To bring forth new life, it must needs draw upon that which hath already been, its every creation being another's conception. This limitation is concealed by the breadth of its experience. It possesseth the means to retain the knowledge of entire eras, and not only of this reflection. Yet it perceiveth not this knowledge as we do. Fact, fiction, the distinction holdeth no meaning for Omega. All is equal in its eyes. If a thing is logical, it can be created. That such a wondrous weapon should exist. It surpasses my wildest imaginings, and they were wild indeed. But I gather not everyone shares my excitement. What's the matter, Garland? Lost your nerve? Quiet, Nero. We adults are thinking. But mayhap now is not the time. Prince said he was ready to continue, and so am I. Let's deal with this Halicarnassus. Mirage Cipher, I'm not sure how long that message has been there. What they do is they do the 8-man raid in the .0 series, then the 24-man in the .1, and they alternate odd and even patch for the raids. Except with the last patch, whereby, which would be X.5, whereby both would be updated. No, I'm sorry. It's 0, .0, .2, and .4, which is the 8-man, .1, .3, .5, which is for the 24-man. Alright. Quick! Quick! Boko appears eager to proceed. You may enter Deltascape 3.0 whenever you are ready. Alright, so let's see who we've got this time. Okay, let's hop on in. Looked like this one was already in progress, but we'll see here. Okay. So, some kind of a gesture dude. Alright. Let's get this going. He's using some kind of a frog attack. Looks like you got 3 people there. Spellblade Holy. If this is anything to do similar to the Final Fantasy V, yeah, it's got the white spheres that go around. And let's get out of here. Alright, what are these? Oh, okay. There's very little room to move here then. What is... okay, everybody's got to go to the right spot. The tanks go into this slot, the healer's over there, and then the other 2 corners is DPS. What is this now? I guess we stay in the light? That seems to be the right answer. Alright, I hope the other tank is going to pick that up. Thank you. What is this? Oh, it's the forced march thing. We saw that back in the Siren Sea Song dungeon. Oh, I'm a toad. Ribbit. Back here. I gotta heal up. What is this thing? That looks like... Who was it? Elidibus? Somebody? We had to go into a portal like that when fighting an Ascian once. Oh, what is this? Some kind of a puzzle. Alright, here we go. It's certainly an interesting idea. Okay, tanks over here. Alright, let's stack. Oh, that's gonna be a hard one to deal with. You gotta get everybody looking the right way. And we are all frozen. Clemency, clemency. Do people have to take that? Well, since I'm a frog, I'll take it. Okay, looks like that actually heals the status then. Okay, the healer popped their limit break there, so we're back up. And I'm a toad again. 30% now. At this point, my goal is survivability, so I'm not even focusing on really trying to... Actually, I have to. The other, that ninja there is catching up pretty quickly here. Alright, well that takes care of that then. That's gonna reset his enmity, so now I don't even have to focus on that anymore. Ooh! Alright, let's get back up. Alright, I'm a frog. Alright, this is probably for the best because now I'll be able to help out the healers even more. Oh! Come on, come on. Alright, we were very close on this attempt. Alright, this is still easy. I think we can still do this. We got very close there on that one. Alright, so... doesn't seem like anybody's really talking about too much, so let's just go ahead and get this going again here. think what I need to remember here is as soon as he does his ability for, where he does that Spellblade Holy, I need to just run away from him then, so that I don't get caught in the fire. Alright, on to these spaces because they are safe. And keep in mind, this is just the normal version of these fights. This is not Savage, which is going to be the harder version, which comes out in 2 weeks, and that is designed more for endgame raiders. I have no intention of going through that dance. I am not a hardcore raider. There's no reason for me not to call that out. Yeah, and if this is the second time they've done that. If they don't do it again, I'm going to initiate a vote kick on them. Alright, let's get this going. Alright, let's stack. Alright, get out immediately. Okay, and actually I'm supposed to stay out then. Alright, start on this corner. Looks like he just picked a random place to go then. So I can't actually influence the way that he's facing for that attack, unfortunately. Right, tanks here. Move him a little bit more. Just so people can do positions. time for the puzzle again. There is a slight delay between when I reach the edge of the block and when it actually starts pushing me along there. Spellblade Holy. In that particular case, I think lag was an issue. In this case, we do actually want to get hit by this thing. There we go. Get hit by the frog. Alright, before we do anything else here... Alright, so, at this point we're just, waiting for another DPS to, come into here, and then we'll get this going. See if there's something that I can do to help with that. Let's see, party, signs. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long here for another DPS to show up here. I know this is a decent group, and that's why I don't want to leave them here. Because most of us at least know how the mechanics work at this point here. Okay, there we go. We got a samurai here. All right, let's see if everybody's here. Let's see if everybody's ready. Here's the holy. Alright, and now we just get out. Actually, looking closer at it, it looks like there is actually a small space that you could actually stand inside there. Alright, there we go. We're good on that mechanic now. Alright, I was way out of that. Alright, he's gonna open up the portal now. Alright, here we go again. Everybody needs to be a frog. Seems like we've got that mechanic down now. Everybody's a frog. Almost got him. And there we go! Alright, let's see what we got here. So, I would definitely go for a lens if I can. Alright, did not get it there. Let's see here. I could also go for a spring, which will get me started on the pants. Nope. And the crank is hands. I'm going to pass on that one, actually. And I'll come back in here later. Alright, we got one more to go. I'm glad you're safe, Prince. For a moment there, I feared you might croak. Forgive me, you deserve better than that. Thanks to you, we are but one victory away from clearing the Deltascape. Take as much rest as you need, old friend. You've earned it. The next battle is with subject Delta 4, this test world's final resident. From what I have been able to gather, your opponent is, and I quote, a great tree born of an agglomeration of evil will, which assumes the form of a dark mage, all of which I suggest you ignore. If that's who I think it is, why are we fighting him so early on? I would expect him to be like the one right before Omega himself. That confirms it. Why is X-Death only the 4th boss? Alright, for some reference here, X-Death is the final boss in Final Fantasy V, so it's really unusual to be seeing him here this early on. His name is X-Death, and he plays the role of chief antagonist in another ancient tale. Though I was unable to glean the specifics of his abilities, he appears to command the power of the Void, as indeed the story states. When I first encountered the work, I naturally assumed said power to be a metaphor of sorts, but I am quite sure Omega will have interpreted it as something more tangible. Alas, no amount of analysis can tell us what may happen when X-Death calls upon the power of the Void, which is to say, beware. Tell me something, Nero. What happens at the end of the tale? Why, good triumphs over evil and the heroes defeat X-Death, of course. What did you expect? It's not that simple. The end of that game has characters dead depending upon who was dead at the end of the final battle. Not to mention they had help from the Warriors of Dawn. I expected that, which is precisely what troubled me earlier. If the heroes won, why did Omega not make them test... Why did Omega not make them its test subjects? If it seeks to determine the strongest being, why would it bother with those who were defeated? One moment. Link Pearl. Ah, Biggs. At the control room, are you? What news? I see. Very well. I'll tell the others. You two take care over there. Sorry for the interruption. That was Biggs. He reports that the stasis system shows every sign of being engaged, despite the fact that it clearly isn't. It can only be a malfunction. While we were able to turn it off, it would seem the reverse is not possible. I've got a better theory here. Since that thing apparently is involved with Midgar Sormer, perhaps the Allagan technology can't just simply turn it off that easily. The system may have taken damage during the calamity. Does it look like it can be repaired? Hard to say. They tell me it seems complex even by Allagan standards. While they may be able to fix it, there's no telling how long it might take. Well then, we must keep on fighting the good fight here, must we not? Nero has the right of it. At this time, focusing on X-Death would seem to be our only recourse. The Chocobo certainly has no objections. Come then, I would see you follow in the footsteps of the heroes of the tale. Alright, let's speak to Boko. Quick, quick, quick! Alright, Boko is the picture of resolve. You may enter Deltascape v4.0 whenever you are ready. I would say we are ready to go now. So let us hop in and take on X-Death. Alright, got a small wait here. Actually, before we do that, let me turn this off, just to make sure we don't have the same thing again. And here we go. Finally, it is in my grasp. The power to control all creation. The power of the void! Alrighty, here we go. I will note that this doesn't seem to be his final form, or at least from what I remember. As the reference said, he seems to be... He's supposed to actually be a giant tree of some sort. He just seems to be rotating through different magical attacks there. And I'm down. Alright, Waka there was not chasing me on Emily, so that's what caused that there. Alright, and I also saw that I need to be getting out of his lightning attacks there when the time comes that he's going to cast that. There's thunder. Let's get way out. Way out again. Yeah, there we go. We can completely avoid the thunder just by keeping an eye on what he's doing. Why are the healers not... Alright, so basically people just have to get way out for when he does the Void Thunder 3 ability, because that is completely avoidable. Well, let's see what we get this time here. I'm always willing to entertain an idea if somebody has an idea, and it looks like that was actually correct there. Just called for him to take him. Okay, what's this now? Okay, I'm a zombie. Some kind of a flare mechanic. Not sure why, but sometimes it feels like there's up to like a 5-second delay whenever I try to start using Clemency. I think we got our strategy ready now. Let's get this going. Alright, there's Void Thunder. Get way out. We're past that mechanic now. Using some kind of black hole ability. Looks like we just have to heal through and then not walk inside those. I'm not sure if everybody just simply walked off or what the deal was there. What is this? Alright, so we just got a small space that we can go into. Okay, and then that vacuum wave is going to push us off. But this is still a fairly interesting fight, especially the fact that you've got to watch what he's doing to see which version of a specific attack he's going to do. So there's Void Fire. Void Thunder. And Void Blizzard, where we have to jump around. Alright, Void Thunder, let's get out of here. Nope, I was still in there. Right, now this is regular Blizzard. This is regular thunder. Regular thunder. Okay, so vacuum wave, that's what we gotta watch out for. I'm actually gonna put my focus target back up again. Just so I can see that a little bit easier. Void Thunder. Regular Blizzard. Now he's summoning his head thing. Alright, so I think, and I hate that I'm going to have to say it like this, because I'm sure this could cause things to happen in the Party Finder, but you want to skip the third Thunder by doing enough damage. Here's Black Hole again. Void Blizzard. Vacuum Wave. There we go. Nobody got knocked off. Doing everything I can to try to make sure that people are staying alive here. This is really good. Everybody's alive again. I would prefer not to abandon this if we can keep going. Alright, so it seems like that was the vote of the group here. Alright, so at this point, it is actually getting fairly noisy outside since it is July 4th here. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and close things off for this live stream. For those of you in the United States, have a happy 4th of July, along with enjoying some fireworks outside. And what we'll do is, before we do the next part of Omega, which will come out in 4.2, we will revisit this fight and conclude it then. But anyway, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time. Oh, and one quick small announcement here, actually, before we close off. For the time being, you may notice some reduced video content coming out from me. This is not me breaking any promises here, and in fact, keep in mind, my promise has always been one video a week. I've just got some stuff going on right now that is taking up a little bit more of my time than I would like, and that's going to prevent me from keeping up with the 3 video live stream thing a week I was doing before, in the lead up to Stormblood. So just bear with me. I know we've got, for Phantasy Star Online 2, we've got the Tower Defense 4 fight, as well as the Yamato refight coming up fairly soon. Actually, I think that releases tomorrow, the Yamato refight, in terms of when it comes out in-game. And then we've also got the Hero class in Episode 5 starting up. I think what I'm going to do at this point, related to that, since there's no way we're going to catch up on the story, I'm probably going to split the playlist so that Episode 1 to 4 content is in one playlist, and episode 5 and going forward is going to be in a different playlist. Just because, also, we're going on over 170 episodes at this point for that playlist, and I figure it's probably a good time for me to now split that up into what the current content is like, as one of the first videos in there. But yeah, anyway, just wanted to make that quick announcement about the video content. If anything changes related to that, I will let you know. But right now, there won't be the 3 that I was doing previously here. It's definitely going to go down to 2, possibly 1 a week, depending upon what happens here. Like I said, I've just got some other stuff going on, but I appreciate your patience as we're going through this. And once again, thank you for joining me today. This is PrinceBrightstar signing off. I'll catch you next time.